was recently asked to facilitate a meeting for a client. Let's call them Business to Go. Business to Go wanted to hold a meeting with 30 attendees. 8 of those would be external to their organisation. But they knew that the 8 who needed to be there because they represented important industry bodies, that they knew that some of these people that would come along would be there solely for the purpose of blowing their own trumpet, trying to influence others in the room, and also to try and dominate the meeting and put forward their own agenda. Now, it was important for Business to Go to host this meeting and for this meeting to have some good outcomes. But it was also important that potential conflict was managed and managed well during, before and after the meeting. So, how did we go about ensuring this? Well, there are 6 tips that I used that will be able to assist you when planning your meeting when you are expecting external stakeholders to attend. Number 1, what you need to do is plan your agenda. So once you know the purpose of your meeting, you need to make sure your agenda is as tight as it can be so it does not allow other people to derail your meeting and your objectives with their own personal aims and goals. Number 2, plan some more. 80% of the work should be done before you head into a meeting such as this, so it's important that every detail is considered as you're planning how the session may go. It may only be a 1 or 2 hour meeting, but you can expect that to do this well, you should have 4 or 5 hours of planning behind you before you walk into the room. Number 3 is plan for the skills that your facilitator will need. So in this situation with Business to Go, they knew that they would be having external visitors coming in and that they would be wanting to derail the process. So it was important that the facilitator for this meeting was somebody who was confident when they were challenged, somebody who was competent at managing a process, somebody who would be able to manage poor behaviour and also stay calm regardless of what was going on around them. Number 4, plan for who will meet guests at the door. This might sound basic, but it is quite an important part in the overall proceedings of the day. This is a place where the facilitator can meet and greet each of the guests coming and explain to them who they are and introduce themselves and also explain their role for the day. It's here where the facilitator might start to hear some challenges to them, and it's here where the facilitator can start to play down those challenges and encourage people to participate. Number 5, plan who's going to sit where. For this group of 30, what we decided we would do is we would allow for people to choose their own places on one condition, that they were not sitting with people that they also worked with. The idea of this was that we were removing a power base when there was a group of 3 or 4 that came together. We wanted to separate that power base and have them seated at different tables across the room. Now that worked well because there was no compulsion for them to actually start speaking amongst each other while somebody else in the room was talking. Number 6, you need to plan the meeting within a minute of its life. All representatives from your workplace should know exactly what's going to be happening and when, and they should come together prior to the meeting so they will know the agenda, they will know what to expect when the facilitator is cueing them in, they will know what to expect when they are speaking for too long and how the facilitator will encourage them to wind up. Also, it's an opportunity for them to meet the facilitator if they don't know them. So if you have a meeting with external stakeholders coming up, I hope these 6 tips have helped you prepare and plan for what can lead to a conflict-free and productive meeting. If you need any further tips, please contact me. Thanks for watching. I'm Andrea Doyle, Workplace Mediator and Conflict Manager. Bye for now.